Nasa kabisera ng Inglaterra, sa puso ng Britanya, London, UK. London, UK. Ito ang Channel Philippines Network, Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK. Sumasahing papawid 24 oras. 24 oras. Buong linggo. Sa www.pinoyradiouk.com. Ang mga pinakapaborito mga awitin, mga pinakaabangang programa, at mga sariwang balita at impormasyon mula at para sa mga kababayang Pilipino sa UK at sa buong mundo. Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK.
Okay, happy Thursday ho sa inyong lahat. Welcome mo sa ating programa. Ito po ang Immigration Corner on a happy Thursday. So, kumusta ho kayong lahat? Welcome ho. Sana'y nasa mabuti kayong kalagayan. Maski saan ho kayo naroon, dyan lang ho kayo, no? And makibahagi ho by way of watching the program dahil ito ay dagdag kaalaman. It's Information Day. Direct, pakipatay lang yung monitor sa tenga ko. So, ayan ho, no? Nawala tuloy ako. Sorry. Okay, so yan, welcome mo sa ating programa. Ako po si SONNY LARAGAN dito po sa Immigration Corner. So, pero hindi ho ako ang star of the show na lagi ko sinasabi dahil wala naman ho akong masyadong kaalaman, no? Sa larangan ho ng immigration. Merong yung, siguro by way of association dito sa ating eksperto ho, no? Kauna-unahan pang solicitor o abogadang Pinoy, no? O Pinay dito po sa United Kingdom. Siya po ang managing partner po ng kanilang firm, no? Itong Douglas Simons Solicitor. Siguro pakilala ko na, dahil para mas marami tayong matalakay, no? Mga kaibigan, siyempre it's with pride and honor na pinapakilala ko yung ating Brains and Beauty, no? Ang kumbaga, the heart and soul ng ating sentro ng programa dahil Immigration Corner, mga kaibigan, si Attorney LIRA Simon CABATBAT. Attorney, happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday, Sonny. Oh, what an intro. You're so generous ka naman, no? I'm loving your hair. Ang bago, no? You had your hair cut. You're rocking it, no?
Oh, yeah. Oh, patay na yung ano. Meron silang they got, tas parang joke na ano, di ba? Pag ginupitan ka, hindi mo gusto yung gupit sa'yo. Pinapatay mo, you kill the barber, no? Or whoever the hairstylist. Hindi siya marunong. It was a guy. He's tattooed all over. Well, what he just did was he simply cut lang yung parang, instead of layering it, sana may layer. Ito parang buhok babae. Parang isang length lang lahat, ganun. I was expecting him to layer ganyan, di ba? Hindi kasi hindi ba parang pambabae ito? Yung parang, yung hair na mabahabang ganun, and then kinat lang na ganun, parang trinim lang. Pero ang purpose ko lang to have it trimmed, no, Attorney. So, yeah.
No, it's nice. And I like it. You know, ang ganda. Really? I think you're rocking it.
Kasi
Yeah, I like
because
it.
of Marian Galicia Paner, no? I put, yung, ano ba pangalan,
conditioner.
After the shampoo, yung conditioner, yes. Kumusta? How are you? How, every time we end the program, I miss you, no? We miss each other because we look forward to the following week's show, no? So, kumusta? How was your week? Ano mga plano mo, di ba? How are you the last week?
It's been this week nga, no? I think sabi ko nga last week hanggang ngayon, it's just hearings coming out. So today I had a hearing the whole day nga from starting 10 o'clock tapos natapos mga alas 4:30 nga, tapos ngayon bukas tuloy pa rin for the judgment, and then meron naman akong hearing sa Lunes. So it's all and on Tuesday, on Wednesday. So napaka-busy namin ngayon. Hearings are coming thick and fast. I don't think I have a week until the whole of August, and I think most of July. Every week, meron kaming hearing, at least one. It's that busy.
Okay. You said a continuation. Parang, let's say there was a hearing today, but the hearing for tomorrow would be a continuation of the same case, same, ganun ba?
Yeah. We have some hearings, most hearings, after one day, tapos na nga, no? Actually, sometimes it doesn't take the whole day. But some hearings, they take beyond the day. Actually, this one was listed for 1.5 days. On the same case nga was listed a few months ago for 3 days. So ngayon it's the final hearing was today.
Ganun.
So bukas may judgment. So so may judgment nga bukas. So manalaman namin kung nanalo kami o hindi. So yung clients are so they're quite nervous nga about it. But yeah, so the whole week I truly have not I've not stopped. Meron kang yung mga relo natin, di ba? You have your Fitbit, no? Yung mga ganong exercise, like yung relo ko nga ngayon, no?
Fitbit.
So usually
ito.
they say, sabi nila, yung nga, ganyan din. So sabi nila 10,000 steps ang recommended. Ako ngayon, the whole day, 1,840. Yun lang. Hindi ako tumayo. It was just, apart from getting there,
really,
I just sat down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alam mo,
so
okay
I'm
lang
not,
yan. So that's a Japanese idea. I think it was that 10,000 thing yata came from a Japanese doctor or scientist or ano, no? Pero you know what? Mas mabuti, sa bagay, if you haven't got the time, no? Yung yung katawagan nila, yung interval training, ano ba yun? Yung HIIT. Have you heard of HIIT? High intensity interval training. Oh yeah, that's if you do it, say for example, siguro 10 minutes, 5, 10 minutes, 8 minutes, that would be the equivalent of a 30-minute run or a 30-minute gym or whatever it is, no? Ayun, no? Maganda kung medyo time constraint kayo. Pero bakit? Do you have a goal? Do you try to walk that much? Have a lot of steps in a day?
Yeah, I know. I try to get at least 5,000, no? But I try and hit nga 10,000. But I hardly ever do. Dahil, alam mo naman, so when you're walking Snooki, of course, that goes with it. That adds steps. When I walk Watson, that adds steps. Coming back from the office, usually, I try to walk, but the moment I don't really, because it's just been so busy. I have to carry documents back, so I need to get into a car. So it's been so I'm hardly hitting. I'm lucky if I hit 3,000 steps. Actually, mga nanonood sa atin ngayon, mga kababayan, if you have one of these, so tell us, put me to shame. How many steps have you had? Ako, as I say, I've only had 1,840. Ikaw, Sonny, ano sa'yo? 1,000.
Hindi ako masyadong I use it more for the sleep, attorney. Sleep Yung sleep ang, di ba merong to? Pero alam mo ba,
to track.
Merong itong na very healthy ako, excellent ako rito na ano ba yan? Teka muna, hanapin ko yung meron ako rito na I'm so proud dahil saan na ba yan? Yung tungkol sa
yung exercise.
Yung exercise ba yun? Yung teka muna, bakit
it's so, it's
dalawa lang kasi ang
it's so
purpose
sad,
nito.
no?
Yeah.
So, green is exercise, ha? So, makikita niyan. So, ito. Oh, sorry, ganyan. Ngayon ko makikita niyo. So, green is exercise. So, sandali. So, green is exercise. Oh, sorry. It's
Yes.
Green is exercise, okay? Makikita niyo yan.
Yan ang clock face mo. Ganda ng clock face mo.
Yung nga.
Okay.
It's just a little dot. That ibig sabihin, I have not done any exercise. Then I truly have not moved from my desk. So, exercise ko, 3%. Ako naman. Move ko, 37%, which is not too bad.
Very minuscule. Very minuscule, no?
Yeah. So stand up, because I was
Oh.
standing a lot. Okay, that's not a problem. Stand up is 111%. So yun, the standing is not usually a problem. Pero ang problema ko nga, at the moment, 3% ang exercise ko. I mean, how sad is that? So, kung meron kayong ganito,
You're
put
putting
me
me to shame now. You're
Who
putting me
has
to
had-
shame. You're putting me to shame. You know why? July 30th, Thursday,
Ano ka?
steps 119. 119 for me.
No, that
Distance covered,
Not
0.08
copy.
kilometers. Okay, 0.08 kilometer. Ayan, calories burned, 1,209. Active zone minutes, 0 of 22. Ayan. Yung heart rate kasi ang yung heart rate pa lang, heart rate nga ba yan? Yung, meron akong heart rate na asan na ba yun? Andun ako sa yung excellent for my age and my height and my weight, no? Which is I'm so proud of, no? Hindi ko makita. Pag hinahanap mo, hindi mo makita, no? Yung feature na yun. I only had 119 steps today. Hindi naman kasi masyadong inaano ko na, it's more of the sleep that I use. You know why? Kasi, I don't know if you're using the parang plasticized, hindi naman, I don't know how you call this, no? Plastic or ano ba yung nilalagay sa mga breast pag nag-augmentation sila, yung, how do you call that? Silicone yata, silicone. Ano ba to? Para sa, ano ba tong mga strap na to? Anyway, yung strap, minsan nag-allergy ako, minsan, ikaw ba na-experience mo yung parang nagpapawis yan o nagkakaroon ng butlig-butlig yung kamay mo, ganun. Meron ako ganun experience. So, I don't usually wear it that much, only when I go out or when I go to bed. Kasi yung binibilang ko yung sleep hours of sleep ko, bale.
That's
So,
good.
yun ang
No,
akin.
that's good also.
Oo.
You have to track
Okay,
it.
you're walking, no? If you can do, how many steps? 10,000 steps a day?
10,000 you should do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you should do.
Pero
You should
kasi
do well.
I have
Sabi
the
nila.
time. I have the time, so I would probably do a HIIT exercise. I haven't done it in a while, no? Pero I'd like to go back to it, no? So yeah, because it saves me time, no? 30 minutes, an hour of aerobics, aero, no? Kasi dalawa sa akin kasi I'm doing weight training and I'm doing aero, no? I don't have to walk si little girl, si Snooki, because luckily now, meron kaming parang park sa baba, which is gawa na because it's pero we're on the penthouse and on top of us is a park. So instead of going down, which is about 10 floors down, I'll just have to go one floor up and then ando na may park na ako sa taas. Pwede ko na ilakad si very convenient kay Snooki.
Wow. Wow. Meron kang roof garden. Ano, roof garden tawag nila.
Yes,
diba?
yes, yes, attorney. Lucky we didn't realize na ang lucky pala natin nandun tayo sa penthouse and then on top of us is a what do you call this? Is a park. A little park that you could probably hold parties, birthdays, pero hindi pa tapos ano pa lang siguro mga 70%. Yun ang final na Tapos na yung garden sa baba, which is about 10 floors down. So, maganda naman, no? Matutuwa si Snooki. Kaya lang, rather than go down, I'd rather just go up. One floor up, no? Andun na ako.
But think about the steps. Yung steps mo, Sonny. You go down and then you go up. You will have done your 10,000,
But, pero you know what? I can bring alam mo ba yung gano'n, yung lubid na ginaganon-ganon? Have you done that when you were young girl?
I'm not good at it. Yeah, skipping rope.
What do you call that? Yung skipping rope. Yan, ganon, skipping rope. Meron akong gamit, so I could probably do it now kasi open area sa taas. So 5 or 10 minutes of it would be the equivalent of a 10,000 steps na sinasabi mo, no? So I do it in 5 and 10 minutes, continuous na skipping rope. I'm done for the day, no? So,
no, you should.
Ginagawa mo, which is good, no? Ini-incorporate mo sa day mo, no? Pamukhang kaya pala, attorney, sexy ka, look at your face. Yung talagang chisel look. Kita mo yung cheekbones mo, lumalabas. Yan ang hinihintay ko, magkaroon yung lumabas yung mga cheekbones ko. Lumalim yung, alam mo na yung magandang parang mga Brad Pitt style bang mukha na.
Brad Pitt, yeah.
Di ba yung artista, they're chisel face yun talagang cheekbones lumalabas, no? Maganda kasi, maganda. So ikaw, meron ka. You have that, ha? Lumalabas yung features mo, no? Which is good.
Well, mahaba ang mukha ko. That's probably why, It's not fitness, unfortunately, Sonny. Hindi, mahaba nga lang
Hindi,
mukha ko.
maganda, attorney, maganda yan. Ito, you have this, kasi, di ba, people, malaking mukhang ganun, di ba? Sa'yo, hindi. Yung chisel. Ako, I'm waiting for that to happen pa. Ayan, medyo nag-chisel, naglulubog na yung mukha ko. Di ba? Because I've lost a lot of weight. And which is ideal for me, which is good. No? Good.
How much did you lose?
Over 50. Over 50. Di ba, from a 38, almost 40 waistline down to 28. Bino mo yan, yung aking waistline. Hindi nga makapaniwala yung some of my friends na I've gone down to 28. No? I don't know if you've heard of Romulo Cafe. Have you heard of Romulo Cafe?
Yes,
okay.
Yeah, in Kensington High Street.
The owner, the owner is a good, Kensington High Street. The owner is a good friend of mine, si Rowena Romulo, the granddaughter of Carlos P. Romulo, yung dating General Carlos P. Romulo, dating Secretary of Foreign Affairs, di ba? Anyway, nag-slim down siya, sexy ngayon. And Peps was telling me that ang inspiration nga niya is me, because previously I've been posting yung aking fat and payat, So, yun. Teka muna, direct maglilipat kaya ata, hindi mo makikita yun, hindi mo na mahahanap, hindi ka makakapaglipat, Teka muna. Nilalabas ko lang yung, nasa ibang monitor kasi itong sa ating si Direk. Ayan. Okay.
Yung video mo dati.
Teka muna. Pwede na tayo siguro direct na yung batian natin. Ito yung topic natin, UK visitors 100 days rule explained. Ayan. Bali 6 months yan, di ba? 30 days times 6 is 180, di ba? Yan ang maximum, di ba? Pagka punta ka rito sa UK, di ba? Yan ang maximum. Sige. Okay. All right. Direct, sige, pasok mo na yung ating yung bumper natin for the hula-hula section. Hindi ko lang realize, direct Facebook and YouTube, greeter. Meron yata tayo, ginagawa mo dati yun, di ba? Nakukombine mo, minsan may babati sa YouTube, babati sa Facebook, di ba? Tama ba yung direct? Yun pa rin ba ginagawa natin? Okay, alright. Okay, sige. Attorney, ayan, it's hula time. Hula-hula, okay.
I tell you what,
bragging rights. Sige.
I've been holding on to this since last week, that last Friday. Okay. We have an American intern, at the moment. Yeah. So we take on interns every so often. Anyway, galing nga siya sa States. I've been thinking actually of Oliver all this week. So anyway, ang hula kong unang-una, Oliver.
American intern of law studies?
Yeah.
UK, really? Yeah. Wow, galing. Okay. So si Oliver Fernandez ang nasa isip mo?
Oliver. I've been thinking about him since last Friday.
Babae, lalaki. Babae, lalaki.
Babae.
Yung intern mo?
Babae.
Okay. Sige. Okay.
Babae.
All right. Uy, si Marian. Kumusta ka na?
Equally lovely, Marian. Yan na nga. Mga baka. Yeah. Marian Galicia Paner. Yeah. So, hello po, sabi niya, Hello po, Kuya Sonny and Attorney Lira. Magandang gabi po at Direct Pao. At sa lahat, happy Thursday po and stay safe always. God bless and stay healthy, everyone. No, ikaw nga din, Miss Paner. Every time now, that's yung you were saying about hair conditioner. Every time I go to Boots, tapos I look at I see the conditioner. I think of you both actually with the conditioner.
Oh, right. Oh. Hindi, yun nga kasi ang ganda ng hair niya, long black flowing hair, talagang, and then the secret, sabi niya, kaya maganda ang hair niya is because she doesn't use shampoo, which is also a great savings for her, and she can buy more baka, hindi karabaw, more baka, So yeah. Ito mo, yan.
Tingnan mo,
nag-react.
Ako po, attorney, every day, 10,000 or more. Oh, Miss Paner, I'm so
sabi mo
jealous.
kasi put you to shame You put me to shame. Kaya sabi mo, pinakita nila, naka 10,000 or more. Wow.
Yeah.
Lakas pala maglakad.
Who can beat 10,000?
Marian. Oo nga. Tingnan nga natin. Sige.
So,
all right.
So fit.
Siya, okay. Sino ang pangalawa? Direk, attorney.
Okay, I'm sticking with our friend from across the pond. I think it's Oliver
Across the
pa
pond
rin.
pa rin.
I'm
Siyempre.
sticking with Oliver.
Sige, Oliver pa
Okay,
rin.
okay.
Siyempre, oo. Stick with Oliver. Uy,
Hi, Ma'am Cora.
Ma'am Cora.
I love that
Mabuhay,
picture.
oo.
Yeah, I
Yes, ang
love her
ganda-ganda ni
picture
Ma'am
nga,
Cora
no?
doon, no?
Yeah. Happy Immigration Thursday, no? Sir Sonny, Attorney Lira, Derek Pao. At lahat. Kaya happy Thursday po, Ma'am Cora. Are you well, no?
Happy Thursday.
I'll bet you
Yes,
she
I
walks a
guess
lot,
she's well.
no? Si Ma'am Cora.
She's well. Yeah, oo. Si Ma'am Cora. Mabuhay
She's
yan,
fit.
si Ma'am Cora.
Yun na nga, yeah.
Yung isa, yung kaibigan niya, tignan natin kung babati rin yun, no? Mamaya. Sige, okay. Pangatlo, attorney. Oliver pa rin.
Actually, yeah. Okay, Oliver pa rin. Oliver, you
pa rin.
owe me
Siyempre,
one if you don't get me one.
Oo nga, oo. Oliver, nasan ka?
Old lady.
Oh, si May
Still
Tigbao
great,
Vargas.
Yeah, May. Yeah, she's another lovely
from
lady.
Devon.
May Tigbao Vargas.
Oh.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Good evening, sabi niya. Good evening. Happy Thursday po sa lahat. Watch from Exeter, Devon. God bless. God bless me, May. So, actually, the weather's been really good. It must be great, no? Sa Devon. Because it's a lovely place, especially summertime.
Oh,
I'm
talking
jealous.
of yung kunyari yung mga beach part, yung mga coastal villages or coastal areas, we're near the mga coast. We're near Folkestone, we're near Deal, Margate, kung ano-ano yung mga yan, Whitstable. Weekend, we go to the beach, no, every week, no. Ang pangit ng weather nung Sunday yata o Saturday. Sunday yata, ang pangit.
Yeah.
I don't know if, was it the same in London? Just Richmond?
Yeah, well, sa both days umuulan.
Sunday pinag-usapan natin. Weekend.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah, weekend.
How was it?
Last Sunday, I'm sure umuulan nga. Yeah, umuulan, tapos mahangin.
Okay,
And that's
okay.
continued actually until today, no? It's sunny in bits, but at the moment nga umuulan, konti lang naman, pero mahangin nga ngayon, no? It's been a bit cold actually, but it's okay, you know. It's
Really? Okay.
yeah, weekend may be nice if it's warm, but weekday I don't mind weekday. If it's raining.
Yes. Merong isang picnic party, isang organization dito sa place namin. I think on Saturday, no? And that's the reason why we have to move. We have to move, something to Sunday instead of Saturday para at least mapagbigyan to make friends because these are new people, no? That we're making friends with. Oy, Peter Kelly, attorney. Sige, pakibasa.
Good evening po,
May
sabi niya.
mabuhay,
Good evening po,
thank you.
Sir
Thank you
Sonny,
for
Attorney
messaging.
Lira.
Congratulations, third placer.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Today.
Yeah, yung nga. So it's all ladies, all ladies today.
All ladies.
So no, thank you
yes.
for batting.
Cora,
No? Yeah, so
Marian Galicia Paner, and May Tigbao Vargas. Okay. Sige.
Yeah.
Attorney,
Yeah.
Peter Kelly, nabasa mo na ba?
no, hindi pa. So, Peter Kelly, good evening po, sabi niya, Sir Sonny, Attorney Lira, and Derek Pao. Good evening po. Kamusta? I love this picture actually. Is it the same child? No,
Ganda na pangalan
I like
niyo,
the
Peter
It's very
Kelly,
arty. Yeah. Peter Kelly.
Yes.
Oh!
Si Rudy Libroho. Wow. Mabuhay ka. Team Libroho, mabuhay.
Hi, Rudy.
Yes.
Yeah, yun na nga. Happy Tuesday. Nang maliwanag pa rin gabi. Actually, a little bit, no? Lovely and elegant, Attorney Lira. Sir Sonny, Cutie Snooky, Sir Edgar, and Direct, lovely Paula. And all happy viewers. God bless us all, Team Libro. God bless, no? Mr.
Mabuhay,
Libro.
Piggy,
Kamusta po?
mabuhay.
Kamusta ang mga pamilya? Yeah.
I would love to see them, no? I'd love to go to visit Belfast pala. Maganda ma-meet natin yan.
Yeah.
At least, 'di ba? Oy, ayan. Gigi Elamparo. Gigi, sorry kung
hi,
namin
Gigi.
surname mo ko. Elamparo. Hindi natin alam unless makausap ka namin. Nasaan Elamparo would be the second syllable. Elamparo would be the third syllable. Nasaan ang accent sa'yo? El Amparo ba, which is the second, or El Amparo? El Amparo is second, El Amparo would be the third. El Amparo would be the fourth, no? Pakisabi mo lang kung
I
nasa
would guess
ang
the first.
pinaka-primary stress. Sorry?
Ako,
Attorney, sabi mo,
I
first?
guess El Amparo. Yeah, first one. No? El Amparo.
No, El Amparo would be the second. El Amparo would be the first.
Oh, the
El
second.
Amparo. El Amparo. El Amparo. El Amparo would be the fourth. El Amparo would be the third. Anong, nasan ka, Gigi?
Dami.
Hindi kasi nakaka-intrigue. Because
Yes,
we
sabihin mo
might
sa amin.
offend, oo, kasi na baka, basahin mo yung pangalan ko, Laragan. Pero, parang pangit pakinggan. Sabihan kita, hindi Laragan. Laragan yan sa Pilipinas. Pero dito sa UK, Laragan. Pilipinas, Laragan.
Oh, that's
Sanang
true,
Laragan.
actually.
Oo, hindi Laragan, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Nabasa mo na, attorney? Uy, pati si
Hindi pa. Good evening, sabi po ni Gigi. Yeah, good evening, Attorney Lira and Kuya Sonny. Happy Thursday, all viewers. God bless everyone. And also Direct Pao. Have a lovely evening. Yeah, thank you very much, Gigi. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you're well.
Gigi, ha?
And you, yeah.
Yes, And tell us kung nasa ang stress, ha? First, second, third, or fourth syllable, no? So, ito na yung hinahaan. Oliver, nako.
I tell you, better late than never. Always better great to hear from Oliver. So, hi, Oliver. It's another Thursday of learning of fun and knowledge as Attorney Lira, Kuya Sonny, and Direct Pao bring us the program explaining the 180-day rule regarding UK visitors. Just shows he's tuned in now, yeah. Attorney, huliman at magaling. Huli pa rin. Nakatulong po ko sa sofa as usual. Oliver! So,
rest ka lang. Pero ngayon, at least you're watching us.
Yeah.
At least you're watching us, nagre-relax ka.
Pahinga.
Pero yun nga, ikaw ang hinula, yung first, second, all the way, straight, ikaw ang bet ni, ni attorney, para sa mga greeters. Pero yeah, because we will always look forward to Oliver's post, yung messages niya, Dahil it's nice to read his stories. Actually, in a way, these are mini stories that he tells us. So, mabuhay.
Yun na nga.
Mabuhay.
Yun na nga.
Okay.
Yeah, he's lovely man. Kuya. So, galing po ito kay Gigi. Kuya Sonny, nalito ako.
El Amparo.
Third ata.
Gigi, El Amparo. Pangatlo. Kasi kung El Amparo, second. El Amparo.
Oo.
Gigi, El Amparo.
El Amparo.
Third.
So, third.
Pero confirm mo na, kasi
tama ba?
Kung third, El Amparo, kung second, El Amparo. So, El Amparo ba o El Amparo? Yan. So, pakisabi lang sa atin ulit. So, confirm na ba yung third? Baka na-miss mo, no? Okay. Alright. So, yeah, yan na muna ating mga pagbati, attorney. Sa kanan lang yung mga iba. At yes, and so thank you, At least alam namin nandiyan na kayo. But ready na ho kayo. Magkuha ho kayo ng paper and pen because we're gonna have a short break. And when we come back, pag-uusapan natin yung 100 UK visitors 100 days rule. Explain. Paliliwanag ni attorney. Saglit po lamang.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon, serbisyong mapagkakatiwalaan, serbisyong maaasahan pagdating sa inyong mga padalang balikbayan boxes. Dito ka na sa Forex Cargo. Sa presyong kayang-kaya ng bulsa, sigurado ka pa sa inyong padala. Forex Cargo. Dahil kailangan makarating. Call 0208-813-7064. O ano pang inaantay niyo mga kabayan? Tayo na sa Forex Cargo.
100% all natural, tasty, healthy, versatile, 4 unique flavors. Taste a real sauce. Galettos.
Okay, tuloy-tuloy tayo, Nagbabalik tayo sa ating programang Immigration Corner on a Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday once again, attorney, Ayan.
Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Happy
Happy
Thursday.
Thursday.
Actually,
Happy Thursday.
napansin ko nga lang sa likod mo, you have a Filipino fruit bowl, ha? So you have watermelon, nakita ko, some
Meron ba?
mangoes, no?
Ah,
Yeah, so it's a very Filipino
yes,
fruit bowl.
Ay,
Lovely.
yung attorney, yata yung placemat? Yun ang parang Filipino ba? Yung parang yata. Oo, Filipino,
Nice.
Pero yun, parang yata, stainless steel na lalagyan ng mga fruits. Oo. Nakapatong siya sa yung placemat lang, yung apat na placemats, nakapatong siya, yeah. Tapos ito naman, parang
Nice.
parang vanilla smell if you want to more or less have a good smell in the room, no? Kasi nga si Snooki bagay mabango naman ng place, no? Dahil small dog lang naman, hindi naman problemado sa aso. At saka matulog kami gabi-gabi. Dati mahilig siya matulog sa paa. Pag nagigising kami sa gabi, kunyari you'll go to the loo, no? Pag in the middle of the night, jingle ka. Pero ngayon we try to let her sleep in the middle of us, yung middle sa gitna ng unan. Ginagawa namin siya ng maliit na space doon. So, yung unan, imbes na pagdikit namin, paghihiwalay namin ng konti for space. Kasi gusto ng aso yung nakasiksik siya So, every night, gano'n.
Cute.
Kasi gigisingin ka, didila-dilaan yung mukha mo. Ako, grabe. Yeah. Attorney, sige, go na tayo sa acting topic. No?
Okay.
Take it away.
Okay, so ito bang topic natin nga ngayon. I mean, partly because it's summertime, and it's of course but a lot of people now go on holiday. So this is actually a question that I get asked weirdly, very regularly. No, so UK visitors 180 days rule explained, and there's a surprising amount of confusion. No, and sometimes people think people hold those the wrong understanding for like years on end. Sometimes I've also come across solicitors, advisors who have thought who have the wrong understanding of the 180-day rule. So ito po. Now, kung visit visa ang pagpasok nyo nga dito, no? Then of course you need to show you need to satisfy the visit visa rules, no? So I don't know if you have that, Paula, yung lista nga ng batas. No, yung isa, the image 2, the image 2, kung pwede mong pakita if there's one there. But otherwise, hindi naman bali. So visitor, there's a rule, there are rules, of course, no, and you need to satisfy it. Now, kung makakuha kayong visa, itong itsura. So, sorry, Paula, if you just show that again. Yung visa nga na sample natin. So, ito, okay? I happen to find one who was granted to a Filipino national. So, makikita niya, no? So, itong itsura ng visa. So, United Kingdom, obviously, valid for the UK. Makikita nyo, kailan nag-umpisa. So, the second line, no, valid from, So ito, sabi, April 2019. Of course, now it would be 2023. Kung makuha nyo nga ngayon. And then yung nasa kanan nga, makikita nyo yan, when is it valid for? So in this case, itong taong to, nabigyan 6 months visa. Okay? So the type of visa, visit visa, multiple. No? And then sabi daw, maximum stay. And this is where it gets confusing. 180 days. Okay? And then, of course, yung mga detalya ng mga saan siya pinanganak, and the type of visa nga, and the Philippines, and then restrictions such as no recourse to public funds. So, pag-uusapan po natin ngayon, itong 180 days. Now, this is as I say, there's a surprising a lot of confusion nga surrounding this 180 days. Now, unang-una po, pagka binigyan kayong visa, the validity date nandoon, yung umpisa nga. The expiry date is nandoon. Now, the 180 days does not factor into it kung matatapos na nga ang visa nyo. So, kung 6 months ang binigay sa inyo, or indeed 3 months nga lang binigay sa inyo, 6 months is the standard one. So, sabihin natin 6 months or indeed 3 months, you need to enter the United Kingdom within that period of time. Okay? In the olden days, you're looking at siguro mga 20 years ago, no? Kung pumasok ka, within that visa, tatata ka ng 6 months, and then you can stay, for the 6 months, even after the validity nga of the visit visa, of the visa itself. Hindi na po yun ngayon, and that's not been the case for approach to 20 years, no? So yung kailangan pumasok nga kayo, and you can only stay, during the validity of your visa. So kung hindi ka pumasok nakakuha ang visa 6 months ago, hindi ka pumasok until 3 months later, then you only have 3 months then to use up nga your visa. It does not give you more, it does not add to the time. So if you come into the country 3 months later, so on the 3rd month of a 6-month visa, ibig sabihin 6 months nga lang ang visa nyo. So the expiry date, so the thing to watch out for, yung expiry date, that's the time you need to leave the United Kingdom, and not after that. If you leave after that, that means you have breached your immigration condition. So yung una po, no? Now, the 180 days becomes really much more confusing if ang visang binigay nga sa inyo, say it's over the over 6 months, because some people nga, they get a visit visa for 2 years, and then but then you're limited to 180 days. Okay. Now, so the most common confusion comes about just to the counting of the 180 days. I've come across many clients now where they've said, well, okay, but I would exceed the 180 days, no? That sabi nga nila, they would, so that would then be in breach of the immigration condition. And initially, hindi ko naintindihan why they were thinking that. And they thought the 180 days, so 2-year visa ang binigay sa kanya, they thought that the 180 days it starts from January, 1st of January, tapos ends at the end on the 31st nga of December, no? So in the 1 year, no, their stay or her stay must not be longer than 180 days. So she was actually tallying it up. She was counting the days, which is actually wrong. Now, so let me give you nga an example, no? So sabihin natin pumasok nga kayo dito, kailangan yung visa, of course, Filipino, if you're Filipino national, that means kailangan natin ng visa. So kung nabigyan kayong visa, sabihin natin 2 years, as I was saying, multiple visit, yeah, valid from say May 2020 hanggang 2022 May, okay? But of course now we're 2023. Ibig sabihin, you can come into the United Kingdom as many times as you wish, okay? During that time, dahil multiple visa nga, no? As long as you don't stay for no more than 6 months at a time, okay? So, ibig sabihin, in the 1 year, if you come in January, you can stay 6 months. If you come in, if you leave the United Kingdom, no? So you come in January, and then you leave the UK, sabihin natin in February, balik na naman kayo, you can stay another 6 months. So you don't have to count actually 180 days for the year. It doesn't reset itself. It's 6 months per stay. Okay? So kung 2-year visa ka, or 5-year visa ka, or 10-year visa ka, then it makes a difference because you can stay, obviously, every time you come into the country, as long as the visa is still valid, okay, you need to watch out for that, for the expiry of the visa, but as long as it's still valid, you can stay 180 days, no, for each time nga na pumasok kayo dito. So it doesn't reset itself. You don't have to count from January until December, or from the time na nakuha yung visa mo 1 year. That's mali po yun. And it's strange that actually, I've come across also some immigration reps who thought you actually physically count the days, but it's not that. As long as your visit visa is valid, the expiry, then you can, every time you come in, you can stay for 180 days for 6 months. Question though is, should you? Okay? Dahil ito kung lagi kayong nandito, it could be na pagka pumasok kayo dito, lagi kang nandito nga, and you're practically living in the United Kingdom because obviously it's only 12 months and 6 months nandito kayo, and then again 6 months later, so you're practically in the whole year nandito nga kayo. Then it could be that the immigration officer, pagka pumasok kayo dito, magdududa. Because of course, the idea of a visit visa is exactly that, visit nga lang. If they think that you're entering the United Kingdom for a purpose that's other than visit, as in to live in the UK, okay? It doesn't matter kung hindi kayo nagtatrabaho, or indeed na nandito nga kayo to stay with your family in the UK. If they think na dito na kayo nakatira, no, that the UK has become your residence nga dito, because that's no longer a visit visa intention. Okay, so it could be na kung nagdududa nga sila, they may hold you and they may not let you into the country. So even though yung 180 days, as I say, is every time pumasok nga kayo dito, you can stay 180 days as long as the visa is still valid nga. It's a different thing whether you should. Okay, kailangan nyo pa rin nga mag-ingat. Also, it may be that they say, well, okay, for one thing, last time, sabi nyo, no, even though you would only stay for 2 weeks, no? In fact, you ended up staying for 6 months. That could also be an indication, as far as the Home Office are concerned, na hindi nga kayo pumapasok dito as a visitor. So, ingat kayo is the answer. Bear in mind, kung yung nga mangyari, no, sabihin natin, nagpasok yung application, the application then is refused because they don't think that you're genuinely entering the United Kingdom as a visitor, there's no right to appeal po. Yeah? So it's not that you can appeal. So for example, kung nandito nga kayo, you can potentially appeal an application nga, or indeed, even in the Philippines, if it's to do with family visas, no? Visit visas, hindi po. You cannot appeal that. You need to then apply for what's called judicial review, which is much more complex. No? So, ingat nga kayo. So, it's the good news. 180 days, you can stay 180 days as long as the visa is still not valid every time you enter the UK. But beware, no? It's a question really. You can, but should you? So, ingat nga kayo.
Delikado ba? Dahil baka parang akala nila dito ka na meron kang ginagawa rito. Baka meron kang, kasi balik ka ng balik, no? So ano ang ideal, attorney?
Yeah.
Ano ang ideal na, so okay, so you will look good. You're always having this multiple entry, for example, no? So ang multiple entry, kanyari 1 year ba, tapos nakasabi multiple entry? 1 year visa ba ang duration, attorney? And then okay, so you can come in anytime, and then each time you come in, maximum mo 6 months. Oh, pero how often? Because you're warning people. Ano ideal? Once a year, twice a year lang? Wag yung mga tipong 5 times a year, 6 times a year.
Generally, no, kung if all being equal, so may trabaho ka sa atin, yung nga lang, you're one of the lucky ones that you can actually take time off. I would say 6 months really is, kung 1 year visa ka, you should not really be in the United Kingdom nga for, say, longer than 6 months. Otherwise, they may start thinking, well, hang on, bakit nandito ka for all that time? Saying that, I mean, I have clients who have been granted 10-year visa, 5-year visa. And most of the time, yung mga taong ganon na nakakakuha 5, 10, actually, the longest I've ever seen is 20 years visit visa. They're usually ones who can show a lot, quite substantial means. No, may pera sila. No, hindi na kailangan magtrabaho, labas-pasok nga lang. No, lakawatsa dito, goes off to Paris, that sort of thing. So if you're in that position, then it's probably not even an issue. Pero if you're a normal person, if I can put it that way, nga, no, kailangan mong magtrabaho, kailangan mong kumayod, then they're going to start wondering 6 months. So half of the year wala ka doon. Anong inaasahan mo? They will begin to wonder. So it depends on your circumstances.
So minsan lang akala ko parang baka yung labas ka nag 2 months ka saglit, biglang 2 year pasok ka uli, labas ka pasok ka uli, labas ka pasok ka uli, no? So ganun. Yeah. Pero yung sinasabi mo na yan, attorney, yung mga 20 years pa, may 10 years, may 5 years. Ngayon ko lang narinig yan. No? Hindi ko masyadong narinig yan nung araw. Kailan nag-start yan? Kasi sa Amerika, meron akong 10-year nung araw. I have this 10-year multiple entry sa US. No? Kunyari, sa Philippine passport ako, pero ang visa ko sa US, nung araw kasi unlimited sila. And then they recalled all of those visas. Kasi yun ang visa ng aking kaibigan, no? Nag-aaral siya sa States. Tapos, so ang visa niya, yung unlimited nung araw yun. You can go in and out anytime, yung parang ano eh. And then they changed it to 10 years yata, o 5 years o 10 years yata. Ganun, no? Sa Amerika noon, nakaraan mga noon. Meron ako noon. Yung ba ang pinagayahan kaya?
Wow.
Meron bang, ganun ba ang dati
Yes,
ang UK, as far as you remember?
Yeah, I mean, in the past they were much more common. Ngayon, I've not seen the longest visit visa I've seen was 20 years. Of course, it's not that you can stay in 20 years. Just you don't need to keep reapplying for visa. But 20 years was the max. And I've only seen that. No, yeah. Oh, that was a few years back na nga. I
Recently,
think the last time I saw one.
20 years ago. We're not talking of 20 years
Oh,
ago.
no. The last time I saw one was probably 5-6 years ago. Yeah, and then the most common one recently, long ones that I've seen is 2 years. 2 years seem to be granting to people who are relatively well off, o kaya meron and they can show that they don't need to work, no. But the most common is yung 6 months, and the things that the people are caught out by the fact that akala nila like 20 years ago, kahit nga 6 months, pagka pumasok ka dito, as long as you're here before the expiry is finished, papasukin ka. Pagka tinatakan ka, then the 6 months starts. Hindi na po yun, no? The validity or the expiry of your visa is on the vignette itself. Yung image na pinakita ko nga kanina, it's on the visa itself.
Alam mo, noong araw, I had this multiple entry 6 months. Pero yung sinasabi ko, I had this US visa, multiple entry, back in the 90s eh. So, nabigyan ako. So, I can go to the US back and forth. No? Wala na, isang visa lang yun. Tapos ang maximum doon, 6 months. Maximum. Kasi di ba, meron tayong visa waiver agreement with the US. So, the maximum for a British citizen to go to the US is 3 months. But the maximum for a Filipino, because he is from an non-visa waiver, parang ganun yata, di ba? So they can have the maximum of 6 months. So let's say si Direk Pao on a Philippine visa goes to the US, 6 months siya. Pero ako, kunyari, halimbawa, British passport, I am only maximum go 3 months. Yung na-experience ko before, when I had this visitor's visa sa UK, sinasabi mo ngayon kasi pasok na sa duration ko ano yung nakalagay doon sa ano, di ba? Nakalagay doon sa parang sticker sa passport. Noon, kung 6 months multiple ka, let's say pumasok ka yung from the start of a certain period to the end of a certain period, pag pumasok ka lang sa ng first week nung ano mo, and then you stay for 2 months, left, came back again, but maski a day before the end of the 6 month, they're giving you 6 months eh. So in effect, parang you're staying a whole year. A whole year. So yun ang tinanggal ng UK ngayon. Wala na yan. Hindi mo na pwedeng gawin.
Wala na po.
So kunyari, pumasok ka ng mag-e-end ng kunyari July 31st. Dumating ka ng 29, 2 days ka na lang. Ganun ba? 2-3 days?
Yeah.
Effectively.
Yeah.
Ganun lang.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Ganun lang,
Exacto. Tama ka. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and people have been caught out by that. No?
Maganda, at least nililinaw mo. Marami na pala talagang changes because I remember, alam ko, mga 20 years ago, meron din mga 1 year multiple entry, ganyan, 2 years multiple entry yata, parang gano'n, mga 6 months multiple entry. Pero yung merong limitation from to, ganyan lang. Pag 6 months ka lang, each time doon. Kung 2 years yan o 5 years. Pero hindi ka na pwedeng lumagpas doon sa sa ending ng mo, no? Oh, wow. Ayun ang masaklap, no?
Tama.
Pero at least, no, doon sa mga nanonood, nakakwento na, ipapaliwanag nyo sa mga kamag-anak ninyo, mga friends ninyo na tinamad, no? Kamukha ng son ko. nakuha na ko siya ng permanent residency right away because citizen na ako noon. So, ayaw pa niya pumasok eh. Ayaw pa eh. Natagalan eh, no? Pero buti na lang naipasok bago mag-18, no? Naipasok na. Although meron na siyang visa, attorney. Hindi lang talaga ayaw pa lang pumasok. Siyempre, gusto nila sa Pilipinas. But now it's the other way around. Pag nasa UK na, ayaw na umuwi. Ganun din sa yung aking dalaga nun. Dahil nakukulitan ako. Sabi ko, pauwi na kita. Ayaw na mamuwi. No? They know that it's a lot better dito sa United Kingdom. But this is good, attorney. Maganda itong pagpapaliwanag mo nito. No? Ang tag dito, at least kinaklaro natin. No? Pero di ba?
Yeah,
diba,
and you know,
go ahead.
No, sometimes I'm often surprised nga, no? That there should even be confusion nga about the 180 days. And sometimes the confusion is also perpetrated by immigration advisors. It's strange. So for example, I took over a case, and then there was an Excel list of a list of entries into the United Kingdom, and it was asked for weirdly by the entry clearance officer at the time. No, so sabi nila, well, when you enter next to the UK, we would want you to show the entries into the United Kingdom, but it shouldn't be because it's 6 months. No, she had a visa for 5 years, a visit visa for 5 years. So she can enter the United Kingdom during the 5 years at any time, as long as each time no more than 6 months.
Ayun, no more than 6 months. No? Each time ang entry mo. Ano pinakamaiksing visa? Sa Pilipinas ba, may visa, 6 months ba ang pinakamaiksi? O meron pang 3 months? 6 months na yung tapos 1 year, 2 years, 5 years?
No. The standard one is 6 months, but visas can be as short as a month, for example. No, in visit
the discretion of the entry clearance. So, kamukha nun, binigyan ka ng 6 months. Pero pagka upon entry na ini-interview ka, tinatanong, why are you here? How long are you going to be here? Who are you staying with? Or are you going to stay? Or how are you going to fund? I don't know. Tatanungin ko how. Okay. Nasa discretion ng entry clearance officer, parang hindi ko type tong tao na to. Bigyan ko ng 1 month. Pwede yun? Gagawin ba? Ginagawa ba yun?
No, iba yun. So, pagka binigyan ka 6 months visa, then it's 6 months visa. Kung nagdududa sila, then it may be that then they say, no, in that case, hindi ka papapasukin. Because they think that your intention is not actually as a visitor. So they can do that, or they can say to you, okay, bibigyan ka namin ng temporary. Yeah.
Temporary, sorry. Temporary. Sige. Hindi, kasi tanong ko na sana before yung it's either or, para bang it's either they give you the full 6 months or they deny you entry.
Yeah. In some cases, they can give you what's called temporary admission, but they very rarely do that now also. And mainly it's really to do with, so kung pumasok ka nga dito to do with spouse and nagdududa sila, no, they may give you temporary admission. They ask you then to provide, come back and provide them with additional documents. But they very rarely now give temporary admissions. What they do is, kung nagdududa sila, they just don't let you in.
Wow. Sana huwag ka dumapasok sa ganun, no? Ganun mo. Wala nang limitation, automatic yun, either yung grant sa 6 months or hindi ka papasukin. Ayan. Ano naman ang grounds? Halimbawa na, attorney, ano ba naman ang, what would really more or less, yung parang spoil yung yung supposedly trip mo sa UK? How will they, on a visitor's visa, anong mga usual, can they sense it?
Intention.
Intention. Tatanungin, what's your intention? Anong maling sagot? Sagot? What do you think is the wrong answer?
Well, it can be various things. So, for example, sometimes nga bibisita nilang boyfriend or girlfriend nga dito. They say, oh no, so to be with my to live, no, with my girlfriend or my husband. So ibig sabihin, hindi nga lang visit, you're actually coming to live. But really what you want to say is to just stay, no, visiting friends, visiting family. And then if they ask you, so sa katitira, oh, I'm staying with my girlfriend, no, but staying rather than living. That's quite that.
Staying.
It's
Okay,
just one word, but that's different. Yeah. Or working.
Exactly.
No? That's a typical one. So they say if they ask, well, why you here? Well, I'm coming. I'm looking for work. That's already bad. No. So it's.
I've got a job interview. Palpak na yun, no? Okay. May mga questions tayo. Attorney, segue tayo sa question. May punta tayo sa first question right away. Sige. Direct, sige.
Okay. Galing po to kay Shine. Oh, nice name. Shine M. Good day, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. Mag-ask lang po sana ako on how to get a sponsorship visa po. May tita po kasi ako sa UK na citizen na dyan. Wala po kasi akong alam how to start and kung ano po ang yung kailangan ko. As in, no idea at all. Oh, bless. No idea at all. Thank you po so much in advance, Shine. Shine, oh gosh, okay, big question to, no? Ang unang kailangan mo is sponsor. You say there, sponsor, employer, but not any employer, no? So they have to have what's called a sponsorship sponsorship license ang tawag nga dito. There's a list of sponsors on the UK website. It's like over 3,000 nga. Of those sponsorship license. So, ang application mo, it will come under the points-based system. Magtatrabaho ka, more likely than not, pagpasok mo dito under the skilled worker route. Beware though, Shine. If you're thinking, okay, maybe yung tita mo pwede mag-sponsor for you to work for her, that kailangan niya lisensya. So, if she's an individual, it's unlikely makakakuha siya nga ng sponsorship license. So, so unang-una nga, sort out what do you want to do. You know, are you coming in, for example, as a carer? Are you coming in as a teacher? No, you're coming in as a nurse. And then sponsor ang kailangan mo, an employer who will offer you nga a job. But yung employer mo kailangan meron silang lisensya. That's the starting point.
Ayun, starting point. Okie dokie. All right. May second question ba tayo, direct? Okay, may second question tayo. Sige. Okay, ayan.
Okay, galing po to kay Luis C. Hi, Attorney Lira, Sir Sonny, and all the viewers. No? Yeah, Luis. Yeah. I just want to ask if it's possible that I'm holding a working visa, and then i-apply ko po yung boyfriend ko ng marriage visa, where he's outside the United Kingdom. Do you think it'll be granted? Hope to get some opinions and advice. Thanks a lot. Okay. Luis, ito. So ang visa mo ngayon, likely as a skilled worker ka, no?
Tier, skilled worker, SW.
So in the olden days, tier 2, no? SWR, as skilled worker. In the olden days, tawag nga tier 2, and even older than that, it was work permit, no? Now, you can bring in, kung yun ang visa mo nga, you can bring in your, they call dependents, ha? Now, dependents mean asawa mo, so kung kasal kayo, or you have your what's called you've entered into a civil partnership, so probably not in the Philippines, but dito nga, and if you've been living together and you can prove it, a minimum of 2 years, so at the unmarried route. But to qualify nga as a partner, no? He needs to be in one of those 3 categories. So kung boyfriend mo nga lang siya, no? You've been going out, 2 years or even 20 years, pero hindi kayo nga nagsasama, boyfriend mo nga siya, then he will not be categorized as a dependent, as a family dependent. So hindi nga siya bibigyan ng visa. Now, separately though from that is, sabihin natin, gusto nyo nga lang magpakasal dito. Okay? So he wants to enter the United Kingdom nga just to marry you. So there he can apply as a visit visa marriage. He can't apply then hindi nga pa rin kayo kasal as a fiancé unless nga you've been living together more than 2 years. So in that case, it's a partner. So he can't come in as a fiancé. And he can't come in nga if boyfriend mo nga lang siya, as in you've been just going out but you've not lived together, or you've lived together less than 2 years. So ang payo ko, kung meron kayong balak na magpakasal, probably best kasal kayo. Tapos kunin mo siya dito as a spouse. Kung gusto niyo dito magpakasal, then you can make an application, or he can make an application for visit visa, marriage visit visa. Kasal kayo, pero kailangan pa rin niyang umuwi. No? So, the only exceptions are yung nga, kung nagsasama kayo, say, 2 years plus, and you can show it. Then nagsasama nga kayo. And that's easier to show kung meron kayong mga anak.
Siguro, attorney, parang linawin lang natin, no? Kasi kanina pinapaliwanag mo, no? Nung araw, kasi ngayon, working visa, you don't say working visa anymore because parang dati work permit holder, and then tier 2, and then ngayon SRP, skilled worker, SWR, skilled worker route. Yung mga nurses ba na papunta rito, SWR sila? Skilled worker route sila?
Yeah, skilled worker.
Yeah, okay, all right. So any job, for example, engineering job, kung kinuha man or whatever, from the Philippines, ang tawag sa visa ngayon, SWR, skilled worker route.
Yeah, most jobs are under the skilled worker route.
Skilled worker, okay, all right. Kasi nung araw, may work permit eh. Tapos pagkatapos ng tier 2, ngayon, so hindi na ginagamit yung may working visa ako, ganyan, hindi na gano'n, no? Meron ako SWR, skilled worker route. Papunta sa Pilipinas. Okay. Kung boyfriend, hindi pa eh, no? Kung dumating na rito, di ba, pinapaliwanag mo kanina yung mga fiancé at kung ano-ano pa, no? Mga partner. Ganun. So, ayan, well, I guess, okay, no? Yun ang ating second question. So, ayan na muna yun, siguro, attorney. So, it's so wonderful yung pinag-uusapan natin, nililinaw mo yung yung tungkol sa 100 days, yung 106 times, tama, 106 times 30, 180 days, no? Mahaba-haba din
180 days.
No?
Yeah.
Attorney, how does one become a non-dom? For example, isang tao, they decided to be non-dom. Are you familiar with this thing about non-dom, or non-domicile people?
Yeah.
Non-doms?
Only a little bit, because it's to do with tax, really, no? So there are certain time scales, and it could even be, actually it could be this 6 months nga. So if you're out of the so if you don't want to be taxed, no, in the United Kingdom, then but you're always here, no, but you have what's called non-domicile status. So actually, our Prime Minister's wife has a non-dom status for tax purposes. Rishi Sunak. Yeah, yung si Mrs. Yeah. So she has, I don't know if that's still the case, but there was a big hoo-ha about it because she has a non-dom status. So which means her point of taxation, her income nga, no, is not globally under UK law, but it's taxed in her case in India, as I understand it. So same goes, of course, so kung nandito ako, kung meron ka mga business nga sa Pilipinas, and mainly nandito ako nakatira, then the UK government may say, well, hang on, no, you're now domiciled in the United Kingdom, so we want you to pay your tax here. If I don't want to pay my tax here, then I would be arguing, no, I have non-domicile status nga with HMRC, the Inland Revenue. So non-dom is more to do with tax rather than, of course, with immigration, no, linked to it. But it decides really where you pay your tax.
Is it where you pay your taxes, or deliberately or opting to really not stay in the UK within 6 months? So if you're almost 6 months, you go to another country, for example, ganun ba? Yan ba yung sinasadya ba yan? I don't know, sinasadya ba yan na you can say, hey, I'm not living in the UK anymore for 6 months. Ang pag nandun ba, you shouldn't be living in the UK for more than 6 months?
I'm not really sure about the time scale because it's
Okay,
tax
okay,
nga.
okay. Sige, sige.
I think at one point it was 180 days. But you know who often use that is race car drivers, for example, no? So
Oo.
they may have been born here and they may stay a lot in the UK. That no, they're of course British, but they have their domicile nga in Monaco. Because Monaco, I understand,
So Lewis Hamilton, are you
does
referring to
not
Lewis
have.
Hamilton?
I think yes. I think siya nga. He's based in. I think it's based in Monaco because Monaco is very. I gather very advantageous, no, taxation. I don't think they tax income, for example.
Yeah, Monaco
So
ba siya o
it's
Switzerland? I think he's based in Switzerland. Are you
oh,
referring
it
to
could
Lewis
even
Hamilton?
it could be
I think
I
Switzerland
think
yata.
it's
Switzerland
Lewis.
yata.
It could be yeah it could be na
Oo,
yung
yeah.
so it's
Maganda rin.
yeah it's so
Interesting
yeah
din yan, no? But you only think about it when you have a lot of money. Because you don't want to be taxed, di ba? Mataas ang taxation dito. The higher you get taxed, maabot na magkano? 40% yata, no? So, pero mga bracket naman yan. The first 20 or something is, tax-free, no? And then you count yung, pagkatapos nun, then may mga levels. Well, okay. Ayan, nako. Napakabilis ng oras, no? At mamimiss ka na naman natin.
Oh, wow,
Mamimiss
yeah.
na naman ng uli kita, attorney, no? Imagine mo yan, next week na naman tayo magkikita, mag-uusap, no? So how do they get in touch with you in case or how, baka may mga shoutouts ka? Go right ahead, please, attorney.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that, no? But if you have any questions nga, no, you want me to elaborate, ito ang email ko. So you can contact me at CABATBAT, yung apelido ko, at douglas-simon.com. Telephone number po namin sa opisina 0203-375-0555. Pero kung ako kayo, email me, no, rather than call me. Especially in the next couple of weeks, I'm barely in the. I have so many hearings, so I probably won't be able to return your calls if you leave a message. So mag-email kayo. Kung gusto mag-email in Tagalog, hindi nga din problema because I'm more than I get the email, so of course I'm able to read it. Now, I try and post. Actually, I haven't done so because I've been so busy. But I try and post nga, the articles that I write and also what we talk about. Ito pong website namin. So look at our website. So www.douglas-simon.com. If you click on the news section, nandun po yung articles ko, no? And so you can elaborate. Kung mag-email kayo sa akin, and of course, happy to receive your emails. Pwede ba lagay nyo dun sa subject, no? Immigration Corner. Because I always say I open my emails at strange times, no? And babasahin ko, tapos it could be that I then close it. Unless I remember your email, I will never find it again. But if you put in Immigration Corner, I type in Immigration Corner, and all the emails with the subject Immigration Corner comes up. And then, of course, I look at, I'm able to find your email, which would likely be the latest one. So, but kung meron kang questions, bear with me. Next few days nga, it's quite busy, but I'm sure I will get around to replying to pong email ko. But thank you for joining us again. No, it's I always enjoy Thursdays. I look forward nga to Thursdays.
Masarap because we have our friends, we have our people, and we are letting them know, all of these things about immigration, of which you are an expert, no? Dahil yan ang linya mo, and I'm always proud to say that you are the first ever Filipino solicitor, no? Ibig sabihin, abogada, sabihin na natin, baka hindi alam na, solicitor? Baka solicitor parang solicit ng mga donations, di ba? Solicitor. Hindi ho, solicitor ang tawag dito. Bakit nga solicitor, attorney? Di ba? He solicits, kunyari, di ba? He uses a sentence, he solicits whatever, mga ganun, mga donations o ganyan, he solicits help o ganyan. Bakit solicitor nga pala? Would you know? Bakit solicitor ang tawag?
So
diba,
it's actually one that I've been meaning to, I've been meaning to look it up, and I will actually for next time, because I've always also wondered why solicitor. Why solicitor? Yeah, yun na nga. Yeah, tama ka. I'm actually quite curious.
Sa America,
you know who would know?
Ano ba tawag sa attorney, lawyer, di ba?
attorney.
Ayan,
Yeah.
oo.
You know who would know?
Yes, yes.
Oliver.
Alamin natin. Oliver Fernandez, sige paki-ano mo sa amin Paki-check ako na mahusay mag-gano yan Okay, well, I guess it's time to say goodbye na sa atin. No? Mamimiss na naman kita, attorney, because every time na nandito tayo, it's fun, no? It's learning with, fun with learning and fun, no? Fun with learning, something like that. So, we can use them both ways. So, yeah, so magkikita-kita ulit tayo sa next Thursday. So, mga kaibigan, thank you very much. Sa ngalan ni Attorney Lira Simon CABATBAT, no? Dito sa ating programang Immigration Corner. At sa ngalan ng ating Director si Paula Perez na ang head ng ating Technical Operations Center. Ito po si SONNY LARAGAN nagsasabing thank you very much sa inyong walang sawang pagsubaybay dito po sa Immigration Corner. So let's talk about immigration again next week on Thursday. So till then, take care, God bless, and good night. Bye!